Welcome to Talks with Dr. Gupta and friends. Today, we're diving into the extraordinary life of Dr. Fei-Fei Li, one of the true architects of modern artificial intelligence. She is best known for creating ImageNet, the dataset that ignited the deep learning revolution in the 2010s. Today, she is the Sequoia Capital Professor of Computer Science at Stanford University. But her real legacy? She helped machines learn to see. Let's start with a challenge so enormous that even Fei-Fei Li herself once called it borderline delusional. Teaching a machine to see. It sounds simple, right? We humans do it effortlessly. A 3-year-old can look at a picture and instantly recognize a cat. Sleeping, jumping, fat, skinny, doesn't matter. But a computer? A computer sees nothing but pixels and numbers. And for decades, the best minds in computer science were stuck trying to bridge this gap. This was the puzzle that obsessed Fei-Fei Li. Because for her, vision wasn't just one more AI problem. It was the foundation of intelligence. If a machine could truly see, it could begin to understand the world. Now rewind to the early 2000s. AI was in what people politely call an AI winter. Progress had stalled. Algorithms were clever, but they simply didn't work in the real world. And that's when Fei-Fei Li made a radical observation. The problem wasn't the algorithms. The problem was the data. No algorithm, no matter how brilliant, could learn to see without a massive library of examples. So she made a bet so big, people thought she was out of her mind. What if the real breakthrough wasn't smarter math, but bigger data? And that idea became ImageNet. Imagine trying to map the entire visual world for machines. That's what Fei-Fei Li set out to do. Over 14 million hand-labeled images, organized into 22,000 categories, crowdsourced through Amazon Mechanical Turk, label by label, image by image. It was not just a dataset. It was a visual encyclopedia for AI. And to accelerate progress, her team launched the ImageNet Challenge, a global competition inviting researchers to build the world's most powerful vision model. For a couple of years, progress was slow, until one night in 2012. Fei-Fei Li gets a message from a grad student. "You have to see this result. It makes no sense." A team from the University of Toronto, calling themselves Supervision, had submitted a model named AlexNet. The error rate wasn't just better. It was a complete demolition of everything before it. This wasn't an improvement. It was a quantum leap. Yan LeCun would later call it an unequivocal turning point. Fei-Fei Li calls it the Big Bang of modern AI, because for the first time in history, 3 ingredients aligned. Number 1, huge data using ImageNet. Number 2, huge compute using GPUs. Number 3, deep learning with convolutional neural networks, and just like that, the floodgates opened. For Fei-Fei Li, this was deeply personal. Her lifelong dream was to build an AI system that could tell the story of a scene, not just objects, but meaning. She thought this would take her entire career. It took 3 years. Her lab built one of the first image captioning systems in history. AI could finally look at a picture and describe it in a sentence. A dream for a lifetime, delivered by a revolution she helped ignite. But Fei-Fei Li is not someone who stays still. After vision, she turned to an even bigger challenge: spatial intelligence. If ImageNet taught machines to understand the world in 2D, spatial intelligence asks AI to understand space, time, physics, and interaction. Language is one-dimensional, vision is 3-dimensional, reality is 4-dimensional, space plus time. And she reminds us, evolution took 500 million years to get vision right. This next leap will be even harder. And yet, she emphasizes something deeper than technology. People say AI is biased. But Fei-Fei Li says the opposite. AI doesn't have values. We give it values. The bias is human. The responsibility is ours. As AI enters our hospitals, schools, homes, and lives, what we teach our machines to value becomes the central question of our time. When you step back, the story of ImageNet isn't just a technical breakthrough. It's a story of vision, perseverance, and the courage to make a delusional bet on something the world ignored. Because that bet didn't just advance AI, it changed AI. It changed science. It changed the world you and I live in today. So now that machines can see, Fei-Fei Li leaves us with the most important question. What should we teach them to value? Thanks for joining us on Talks with Dr. Gupta and Friends.